Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to What's the Deal, your go-to channel for breaking down the latest trending topics and current events. Today, we're diving into a topic that's been buzzing around for a while now, vaping. It seems like everywhere you look, someone's puffing on a vape pen, and it's time we figured out what's really going on with this trend. So let's start with the basics. Vaping is essentially the act of inhaling vapor produced by an electronic cigarette or similar device. These devices heat up a liquid, often called e-liquid or vape juice, which usually contains nicotine, flavorings, and other chemicals. Now, you might be thinking, wait, isn't that just like smoking? And you're not wrong. Vaping is often marketed as a safer alternative to traditional cigarettes, but the reality is a little more complicated. First off, let's talk about the origins of vaping. The first e-cigarette was invented in 2003 by a Chinese pharmacist named Hon Lik, who was looking for a way to help people quit smoking. The idea was to create a device that could deliver nicotine without the harmful tar and chemicals found in regular cigarettes. Fast forward to today, and vaping has exploded in popularity, especially among younger generations. In fact, studies show that vaping has become a common pastime for teens and young adults, with some surveys indicating that nearly 1 in 5 high school students has tried vaping. Now, you might be wondering why it's so popular. Part of the appeal is the flavors. E-liquids come in a ridiculous range of flavors, everything from classic tobacco and menthol to fruity concoctions like mango and cotton candy. This variety makes vaping feel more like a fun experience rather than a habit. Plus, the sleek designs of many vape devices make them more attractive and discreet compared to traditional cigarettes. You can easily slip a vape pen into your pocket or backpack, and many people appreciate that they don't have to deal with the lingering smell of smoke. But here's where things start to get a little murky. While vaping is often marketed as a safer alternative, there are still significant health risks involved. Many people assume that because vaping doesn't produce the same tar and chemicals as smoking, it must be harmless. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Research has shown that the vapor produced by e-cigarettes can contain harmful substances, including heavy metals, volatile organic compounds, and even ultrafine particles that can be inhaled deep into the lungs. One of the most concerning aspects of vaping is the presence of nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive substance, and many vape juices contain high levels of it. In fact, some e-liquids have even higher nicotine concentrations than traditional cigarettes. This means that even if someone is trying to quit smoking by switching to vaping, they might still be putting themselves at risk for addiction. And let's not forget about the impact of vaping on young people. There's a growing body of evidence suggesting that vaping can have negative effects on brain development in adolescence. The teenage brain is still developing, and exposure to nicotine during this critical period can lead to long-term changes in brain structure and function. This could potentially result in increased risk for addiction to other substances later in life. Now, you might have heard about the vaping epidemic that has been making headlines over the past few years. This term refers to the alarming rise in vaping among teenagers and young adults, which has prompted public health officials to take action. Schools, parents, and lawmakers are all grappling with how to address this issue. Some schools have even gone so far as to install vape detectors in bathrooms to catch students in the act. In response to the growing concerns about youth vaping, several states have implemented stricter regulations on the sale and marketing of e-cigarettes. Some have raised the legal age for purchasing vaping products to 21, while others have banned flavored e-liquids altogether. These measures aim to reduce the appeal of vaping to young people and curb the trend. But here's the thing, regulations alone might not be enough. It's crucial to have open conversations about vaping especially among young people. Education is key. Many teens might not fully understand the risks associated with vaping or may feel invincible, thinking that it won't happen to them. That's where we come in. It's essential to provide accurate information and resources so that everyone can make informed choices. And speaking of choices, let's talk about the vaping community. Yes, there's a whole culture surrounding vaping that's worth mentioning. Social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram have become hotbeds for vape-related content, with influencers showcasing their favorite devices and tricks. You'll find videos of people blowing massive clouds of vapor or doing impressive tricks, and it's easy to see why some might find it appealing. However, it's also important to recognize that not everyone who vapes is doing it for the hype. For many, vaping can be a way to cope with stress or anxiety. Some people have turned to e-cigarettes as a means of managing their cravings when trying to quit smoking. While that might seem like a valid reason, it's crucial to approach this with caution. If you're considering vaping as a way to quit smoking, it's a good idea to speak with a healthcare professional. There are various resources and support systems available that can help you quit smoking without resorting to vaping, which could lead to a new form of addiction. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the health risks associated with vaping. In recent years, there have been reports of severe lung injuries linked to vaping, which have raised alarm bells among health officials. While these cases are relatively rare, they highlight the potential dangers of vaping. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, even issued warnings about a condition called EVALI, e-cigarette or vaping product use-associated lung injury. Symptoms can range from coughing and shortness of breath to chest pain and fever. The good news is that most people recover from EVALI with proper treatment, but it serves as a stark reminder that vaping is not without risks. If you're currently vaping or considering it, it's essential to stay informed about the latest research and developments in this area. So what's the deal with vaping these days? Well, it's a mixed bag. On one hand, it's clear that vaping has become a widespread trend, particularly among young people. The flavors, the sleek designs, and the social media presence all contribute to its appeal. But on the other hand, the health risks, potential for addiction, and the impact on brain development cannot be ignored. As we navigate this complex landscape, it's essential to have open conversations about vaping and its implications. Whether you're a teenager trying to figure out what's cool or a parent concerned about your child's choices, understanding the facts is crucial. Ultimately, the best approach is to stay informed. If you're considering vaping or know someone who is, take the time to research and understand the potential risks involved. And remember, it's okay to ask questions and seek guidance from trusted sources. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like button if you found this breakdown helpful. Drop a comment with your thoughts on the topic, and don't forget to subscribe to What's the Deal so you don't miss our next deep dive into the latest trends and stories. See you next time.